With the new Book of Many Things release, the Deck of Many Things means you can use the cards to create an adventure. That's what I'm going to do now. Now forgive my scruffy table. And I will say that these cards are slightly curved and bent. I guess in transport, the cold and damp can very much affect the paper it's printed on. I do like how they're gold edged, that's a nice touch. Okay, so a bit of a shuffle, but what's more effective is to do like you do on real tarot cards, shuffle them accordingly. We will use the adventure spread to go through the different things. Now, like real tarot cards, I'm actually going to cut these into thirds and pick a third. Okay, we have where the party gathers, where the adventure begins, and this is the bottom, the journey, the entrance, 3 challenges, treasure, and the guardian guarding the treasure. So this first card is upside down balance. So we have this page here. Party gathers, and the reverse meanings for a place where the balance of elemental or natural forces has been upset with negative consequences. So it could simply be a druid's grove, a place of high nature, but I instantly thought Feywild. Of course, there's already an adventure for that, but let's gather some inspiration from this. I have not run this adventure yet, but I'm going to steal this map. So there's going to be a little, what is that? A mushroom circle, a circle of mushrooms. A glade where a circle of Fey mushrooms stand in a circle. The adventure begins with an upside down version of the moon. Lovely moon card art. So it was reversed. Adventure begins in a place with an impressive exterior but a dingy, poorly maintained interior. I'm going to say at this druid circle there's one of these chariots, those ornately painted caravan type places. Now outside beautifully painted, but inside ramshackle. That second card, Adventure Begins, represents how the adventure starts. It might be a situation that starts the action, an individual who gives the adventurers a quest, or an attack by a creature that prompts the party to follow it to its lair. I say, as they're studying the ring of mushrooms, this card arrives. This card is the upside down key, which represents the journey. It says that the journey then is an open and easily accessible place. So I'm going to say the rider of the caravan simply opens up mushroom circle, forcing them to step in and be teleported straight into the adventure. The next card being the entrance. This is upside down Don John and has a lovely little doorway on it. Anyway, so that's going to be upside down. The entrance card, Don John. It's a prison broken open or a place associated with liberation. So I'm going to say it is some sort of Fey prison. This is where the adventure is started. They step into maybe a working prison, maybe an abandoned prison, and then we have a location. So the next step is to look at the first of 3 challenges. And these challenge cards can be added to or subtracted to fit how long the session or adventure is going to last. So this top card is a reverse knight. So knight card, reversed. The first challenge. Person who can't be trusted or a traitor. A knight who has failed to live up to their code of honour, such as a death knight. A place where great betrayal took place. A situation involving the betrayal of trust. So it sounds to me like the party are going to be tricked. They get to the location, maybe meet someone who says, oh, this is, maybe this is actually the person behind the whole thing. But false information will come their way and they'll probably follow it like sheep. Second challenge after betrayal is puzzle. Reversed yet again. Creature that delights in straightforward melee combat, relying on strength to overcome a foe. So a huge beast. Huge fair beast. So I've randomly found something called a puka. It's a fair horse with chains on its back, and I know if you sit on these, and if you sit on this puka, you could be restrained by the chains on its back. So perhaps you have to mind link, read its mind. It has information. It's from the Shadow Realm, Shadow Realm, actually. And it's important that you get some information from it. The third card is Fate's card, but upside down. Another challenge. An unjust situation where evil is rewarded and good is punished. An art object depicting the effort to escape fate, or a magic item powered by chaos. This card explores the repercussions and decisions and reflects on the past. So maybe there's a tapestry found in here which you can provide background lore, a flashback maybe. You can even play out the flashback by using the survivors stat blocks in Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. I've done a video about that. Very interesting way of playing a minigame. So maybe because that's a challenge, there's a puzzle you can throw in. Again, we have puzzles in this. We have them in Traps, Puzzles and Dungeons. That's a great one to get. Great book to get some ideas from. So that's the end of these challenges. Let's look at the last two cards. First of all, a guardian who's going to be guarding the treasure. Aberration. But it's reversed. A creature that has resisted the corruption of its nature, or a trap that deals psychic damage. It does say a person, perhaps a druid, dedicated to preserving nature against corrupting influences. So maybe this is a druid who is actually causing harm to the Feywild and has to be stopped. And let's look at treasure, what they're guarding. Treasure is Maze card. The Maze card. A magic item that causes confusion or disorientation. So we have this mad druid who obviously is corrupted by this magic item, causing problems for the Feywild in an old prison that houses Fey horse wrapped in chains, a tapestry to give a backstory to it. You get there by somebody sending you through a mushroom ring, and that's your whole inspiration for an adventure. And that can just happen again and again, and it's bloody great.